Thinking about a pixie cut after 50? Short hair is bold, chic, and freeing, but one small misstep can make it flat or shapeless. Some of these pitfalls are so subtle, you might already be doing them without realizing it. Stick around. By the end, your pixie will feel confident, modern, and completely flattering for your face and lifestyle. Number 10. Ignoring face shape. A pixie cut can be transformative, but only if it works with your features, not against them. Too many women walk into the salon saying, "Just give me the Michelle Williams," without realizing that what flatters one face shape can completely overwhelm another. If your face is round, a super short, even-length pixie can make it appear wider. Oval faces can handle almost any cut, but angular styles can harden delicate features if the balance isn't right. Square or heart-shaped faces, on the other hand, look stunning with a bit of softness and asymmetry. It's not about copying a celebrity, it's about framing your best angles. Ask your stylist to create movement around your cheekbones or lift at the crown to elongate the face. Think of it as sculpting, not chopping. One smart trick stylists love: bring photos of 3 cuts you like and pinpoint why you like them, not just who's wearing them. Maybe it's the side-swept fringe or how the layers fall near the temples. Once you understand that, your stylist can tailor the pixie to flatter your bone structure rather than fight it. And when done right, a customized pixie doesn't just sit on your head. It lifts your confidence, highlights your best features, and feels unmistakably yours. Number 9. Overthinning the hair. Many stylists love to texturize pixies for lightness, but there's a fine line between airy and stringy, and once you cross it, there's no going back. Women over 50 often have hair that's naturally finer or less dense, so excessive thinning can turn a flattering crop into a flat, tired shape that refuses to hold its lift. What should have been crisp and sculpted ends up limp, lifeless, and oddly uneven, like it lost its backbone somewhere between the salon chair and your car keys. If your stylist reaches for thinning shears, pause and discuss the plan. Texture is wonderful, but only when it's strategic. You want volume and movement, not random wisps that make your hair look like it's trying to escape your head. The goal is to remove bulk in the right places, not erase structure altogether. Ask for layered fullness through the crown rather than aggressive thinning along the sides. This keeps the shape balanced and prevents that dreaded mushroom silhouette, where the top deflates while the bottom fans out. And please, retire the razor texturing. It might have worked wonders in the early 2000s, but now it just roughs up the ends, inviting frizz and flyaways to the party. You can always take more out later, but you can't glue it back in. So, err on the side of strength. A pixie should feel intentional, bold, structured, and full of personality, not like you lost a duel with a pair of thinning shears. 8. Forgetting texture type. One of the biggest pixie cut missteps women over 50 make is ignoring their natural texture. Straight, wavy, curly, each reacts differently to a short crop, and pretending they all behave the same is like expecting silk and wool to drape alike. Spoiler: they don't. Fine, silky hair tends to fall limp if cut too short, especially around the crown. It clings to the head instead of lifting off it, creating what I lovingly call the deflated soufflé effect. On the other hand, thick, coarse hair can puff up into a halo if the layering isn't placed correctly. Suddenly, what was meant to be sharp and sculpted starts giving dandelion in a windstorm. Neither is the goal. That's why a stylist experienced with your texture is non-negotiable. A good one knows that fine hair benefits from soft stacking near the nape and slightly longer bangs to keep movement alive. For curls, it's all about internal layering to release volume from within and prevent the dreaded triangle shape. Let your curls breathe. When every strand is forced into uniformity, you lose the effortless bounce that makes them beautiful in the first place. And let's talk product, because I know what some of you are thinking. I'm over 50. I don't need styling mousse. Wrong. You absolutely do. Just the right kind. A lightweight mousse or texturizing cream adds structure without stiffness. It's the invisible lift that makes your pixie look intentional, not accidental. If you have coarse or wiry strands, a smoothing serum will be your new best friend. Work a pea-sized amount through damp hair before drying. It seals the cuticle and tames frizz while keeping that chic edge intact. 7. Ignoring grey gracefully. Grey hair and pixies are a power duo, sophisticated, modern, and incredibly liberating. But only when you treat your grey with the same respect you'd give any other colour. The biggest mistake women make? Assuming grey automatically equals wash and wear. It doesn't. Untreated grey can fade into dullness, and shortcuts have nowhere to hide. Every strand is on display, for better or worse. Natural grey often develops warm undertones that turn brassy over time, giving hair a yellowish cast that drains your complexion. The fix? Toner is your friend. Specifically, a cool gloss treatment or soft silver glaze. It brightens your grey and gives it a pearly finish that reflects light beautifully. Suddenly, what felt aging becomes intentional, even striking. And then there's dimension. A few lowlights woven through silver hair add depth and keep it from looking flat. You're not trying to disguise the grey, you're refining it. Think of it like adding definition to your favourite tailored blazer. Subtle, but it makes all the difference. Here's another pitfall: clinging to dark dye. Many women resist going grey out of fear it'll age them, but harsh, inky shades often do the opposite. They exaggerate fine lines and cast shadows on the face. A soft, silvery tone brightens your complexion and makes your eyes pop. It's lighter, fresher, and far more forgiving. If your hair tends to feel wiry, regular conditioning masks or lightweight oils will restore softness. Short silver strands need shine to look chic, not wiry or brittle. Avoid heavy creams. A small drop of argan or marula oil is all it takes to keep your pixie luminous. The trick is to own your grey, but style it. Treat it like a luxury fabric, not an afterthought. The right hue, the right cut, and a hint of gloss can make silver hair look editorial-level fabulous. Think Jamie Lee Curtis, bold, radiant, completely in control of her aesthetic. Your grey isn't a sign of age, it's a sign of confidence. Number 6. Ignoring neck and jawline. A pixie cut doesn't just frame your face, it shines a spotlight on your neck and jawline. And if these areas aren't considered when the cut is designed, the whole silhouette can feel unbalanced, even sloppy. Think of your pixie as a piece of architecture. Every angle matters. Too blunt at the nape. Suddenly, your neck looks shorter, almost boxed in. Too long along the sides? It hides your jawline's natural definition, leaving the face looking heavy instead of lifted. The solution is all about balance, enhancing your best features instead of masking them. If your jawline is soft, gentle side layers are your best friend. They lift and contour without adding harsh angles, drawing the eye upwards and outward in a flattering frame. For those with elegant, swan-like necks, a tapered nape is magic. It elongates beautifully, giving a refined, sophisticated profile that reads polished even from behind. And remember, a pixie isn't just about the front view. Ask your stylist to design your cut in 360 degrees. This means considering the back, sides, and top, simultaneously. Every inch should feel intentional. A neckline left uneven or haphazardly cut immediately betrays the overall shape. The small details make the biggest difference. A slightly rounded nape softens the silhouette, while subtle layering around the jaw adds dimension and lightness. It's the kind of quiet elegance that turns heads without screaming for attention. You want people noticing you, not your hairline mistakes. Pay attention to growth patterns too. Hair naturally grows differently at the nape, which is why short hair can start to flick out or curl unexpectedly if ignored. Regular trims keep the lines clean and the shape deliberate. A pixie that respects neck and jaw proportions also complements accessories, scarves, earrings, even turtlenecks. When the cut frames your neck just right, everything you wear feels elevated. Ultimately, a pixie isn't just a haircut. It's a statement of posture, poise, and confidence. Designed thoughtfully, it emphasizes strength and elegance without effort. Ignore this step, and you risk losing that balance. Consider your neck and jawline before you snip. It's a small focus with a huge payoff. A well-crafted pixie is more than hair. It's a signature of refinement. At number 5, overstyling daily. Short hair doesn't mean low maintenance. It means different maintenance. And one of the most common pitfalls women over 50 make is treating their pixie like a heat tool playground. Constant blow-drying, straightening, or teasing may give instant style, but it roughens the cuticle, dulls shine, and over time, short hair shows damage faster than long hair ever could. Yes, every strand counts when it's this visible. Here's the secret. Focus on texture memory. Your pixie is smart. It remembers its natural lift and shape if you treat it kindly. Wash less often, and instead of overusing irons, refresh with a spritz of water and a dab of lightweight styling paste or mousse. You'll be amazed at how quickly a quick touch-up can bring a pixie back to life without heat. Step away from the extra hold hairspray too. It's tempting to freeze every strand into place, but stiff hair moves like cardboard, not chic. A shortcut needs soft motion, so it looks dynamic, effortless, and alive. A little tousle says confidence. Too much heat and product screams effort, which is the exact opposite of polished ease. For volume, lift at the crown with fingers rather than a round brush. For texture, scrunch or twist sections while damp, letting your hair dry naturally or under a diffuser on low. These little habits protect your strands while enhancing your cut's natural energy. Even styling tools themselves matter. Opt for ceramic or tourmaline irons on the lowest effective heat and limit frequency. Healthy hair reflects light, moves naturally, and gives a polished impression without looking like you've spent hours in the salon chair every morning. Overstyling daily may feel like control, but the real mark of elegance is effortless polish. When you let your pixie breathe, move, and settle into its natural rhythm, it radiates confidence. And that, my dear, is far more stylish than anything a heated iron can create. 4. One-length disaster. Uniform pixies might look tidy for a day or two, but give it time, and suddenly you're in helmet territory. The problem with a one-length cut is that it lacks dimension, movement, and personality. There's nothing for the eye to travel across, which can also draw attention to thinning areas or flat spots. In short, a uniform pixie can turn what should be a chic, modern style into something lifeless and uninspired. Layering is your secret weapon. A well-layered pixie gives your hair life, energy, and a natural flow. Ask for subtle variation, soft layers around the crown, slightly longer pieces at the front, and a tapered nape that elongates the neck. This combination ensures your pixie grows out gracefully while retaining shape and style. A pixie that lacks layering is rigid, unforgiving, and shows every flaw in growth patterns. The best pixies carry a little attitude, the kind that whispers rather than shouts. Layers, lift at the crown, and soft asymmetry create this effect. They make the style versatile, allowing you to tousle, sweep, or slick it back, depending on your mood or the occasion. Without this variation, the cut risks looking dated, more like a uniform than a fashion statement. Think nurse's haircut circa 1985 instead of modern minimalist elegance. Another benefit of layers is practicality. A textured pixie is much easier to style on a daily basis. It holds volume naturally, responds well to light product, and feels alive rather than stiff. In contrast, a one-length pixie often needs daily heat or heavy products just to avoid looking flat, defeating the point of going short. Flat hair is never polished, it's simply flat. Movement creates style. A pixie should feel dynamic, soft, and effortless, with each strand contributing to the overall shape. The difference between a cut that flatters and one that flattens your confidence often comes down to how your stylist handles layering. Think of a layered pixie as a conversation starter. It's subtle, chic, and modern, but it hints at personality without screaming for attention. When your pixie moves, frames your face, and grows out gracefully, it becomes more than a haircut. It becomes a statement of effortless style, confidence, and sophistication. Number 3. Ignoring brows and makeup. Here's the reality. A pixie cut puts your face front and center. Short hair frames your features in a way that long layers sometimes mask, which means your brows and makeup suddenly become much more important. Skip them, and your face can feel unbalanced, washed out, or incomplete. Full brows are non-negotiable. Thin, faded, or poorly shaped arches can make the face seem bare when there's nothing but hair framing the features. Softly defined brows anchor the face, complementing the pixie while still feeling natural. Think of them as the frame that holds the artwork in place. Makeup should be simple, intentional, and complementary. A touch of blush adds warmth and lifts the complexion, while a defined lip gives your face a polished finish. Avoid overly heavy eyeliner, which can harden your natural elegance and compete with the clean lines of your haircut. Instead, focus on enhancing what's already there. Your features should pop without screaming for attention. A pixie is the ultimate accent. It highlights bone structure, cheekbones, and jawlines. When brows are full and makeup is thoughtfully applied, the whole look feels harmonious. Haircuts may change with trends, but expression is timeless. The right balance ensures your pixie doesn't overshadow your face, it enhances it. The most empowering aspect of a pixie is that it's a declaration of confidence. But for that declaration to read as polished and intentional, your facial features must be in dialogue with the cut. That means considering brows, subtle makeup, and even skin tone. A polished pixie deserves a polished canvas. When you get this balance right, you're no longer just wearing a hairstyle, you're wearing your presence. Pixies reveal everything, and when paired with intentional grooming and makeup, they elevate your natural beauty rather than competing with it. Think of the cut as a frame, your face as the masterpiece, and your carefully chosen accents as the final brushstrokes that make the whole picture unforgettable. Number 2, neglecting salon upkeep. A pixie cut might look effortless, but here's the truth. It demands precision, and that means consistent upkeep. Waiting 3 months between trims is a fast track to disaster. What started as sculpted elegance can quickly turn shapeless, edges blur, and the cut loses its intended impact. Short hair doesn't have the luxury of hiding under layers or long bangs. Every millimeter shows. One neglected nape or uneven sideburn can throw the entire style off balance. Ideally, book touch-ups every 4 to 6 weeks. Even if you're growing your pixie out, keeping clean lines ensures your cut looks intentional rather than accidental. A well-maintained pixie feels crisp and polished at all times, giving the impression that you always have your act together, even on mornings when coffee is your only outfit accessory. Here's a little insider tip. Schedule your next appointment before you leave the salon. Think of it like skincare. Consistency pays off. A small investment of time ensures the pixie's shape, layers, and nape remain precise, so you don't end up spending extra effort each morning trying to coax your hair back into submission. Short hair grows quickly, or at least it appears to. Every growth spurt is instantly visible. That's why trimming sideburns, refining the nape, and tidying the crown are crucial. It keeps the silhouette elegant, the lines crisp, and the overall effect polished. Even a slight misalignment can age a cut or make it look unkempt, which is the exact opposite of the refined, confident aura you're aiming for. The beauty of a pixie is the liberation it provides. Less hair to fuss with, fewer tangles, and more time enjoying life, provided you maintain it. A little consistency at the salon means your morning routine remains effortless. Your hair does the work for you, instead of you doing battle with it daily. And here's a tip you don't want to skip. All the maintenance in the world won't give you the perfect pixie if you miss one key step that comes next. What's the secret? It's all about making the cut truly yours, tailoring it to your features, personality, and lifestyle. Number 1. Copying instead of customizing. You know what the biggest mistake women over 50 make with a pixie? Trying to copy someone else's cut. Yes, Halle Berry's pixie is jaw-dropping. Judi Dench's is iconic. But here's the catch. Their haircuts were designed for them. Every angle, layer, and highlight was chosen to enhance their unique features, texture, and personality. Your face, your bone structure, and your hair behave differently, and copying wholesale will never give the same effect. Bring photos to your stylist, absolutely. But don't hand them a blueprint expecting magic. Instead, discuss what you love about each look. Maybe you adore the sharpness of one pixie, but prefer the softness of another. A talented stylist will combine those elements, adjusting length, layers, and shape to suit your face, lifestyle, and hair type. That's where your perfect cut lives, in balance, tailored to you. A customized pixie becomes your signature. It's confident, authentic, and distinctly yours. You're not aiming to look like someone with short hair. You're aiming to look like you at your most polished. And that requires an understanding of proportions, angles, and personal style. When done correctly, a pixie doesn't just change your haircut. It changes the way you carry yourself. It lifts your posture, frames your features, and gives you a quiet authority. The right cut feels like armor and elegance combined, subtle, chic, and unmistakably you. Remember, beauty that's copied fades. Beauty that's tailored lasts. A pixie designed with your face, hair, and personality in mind isn't just a hairstyle. It's a statement. It declares confidence, refinement, and poise. When it's truly yours, that's the kind of beauty that never ages and never goes out of style. That's a wrap on the top pixie mistakes and how to avoid them. With these tips, your cut stays effortless, polished, and totally you. If you found value in this video, you're gonna love this next one.